Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your monthly reading for November 2025. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot. I'm a tarot reader, astrologer, and root worker. And I love doing monthly readings for all the zodiac signs here on YouTube, as well as some other fun content over on TikTok and Instagram. I'm going to go ahead and jump right on into your reading. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so whatever comes up, comes up. And please take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Do not take a general reading you see on the internet to be law or absolutely decisive for your personal life. Okay, let's get into it. Spiritual team, tea leaf fortune cards. What messages do you have for the Sagittarius collective for November 2025? By the way, happy birthday to all the Sagittariuses out there that were born in November. Happy birthday, November Sagittariuses. All right, that was quite a bit. We're not going to take those though. Spiritual team, tea leaf fortune cards. What additional messages do you have for the Sagittarius collective in November 2025? What messages do you have for the Sagittarius collective for November 2025? Okay. Okay. Some are jumping, some are not. So I'm going to just take what we have on the table and see what messages come out for you guys, okay? So first up, you got the eye, psychic ability, trust your intuition. Okay, I like that. What else do we have? The fly, a period of ill health or depression. Okay. Let's see what else we have. We have the moon, changes in your life. Okay. Next up, we have the dark woman, dealings a relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. Okay, so this could represent you. This could represent someone else significant in your life or what's going on this month for you guys. We have the month of September. Okay. We also have the month of March. Okay. We have stork, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. Okay, interesting. So kind of a mixed bag. There's a lot going on here. This could resonate for obviously a few different groups of Sagittariuses. So again, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If it doesn't feel like it's resonating for you, then it's probably not for you, probably for another Sagittarius out there. Let's go ahead and dive into the tarot and see what messages we can get for you guys. All right. Spiritual team, Sugar Skull Tarot, what messages do you have for the Sagittarius collective? Whoop. What messages do you have for the Sagittarius collective? Messages do you have for the Sagittarius collective at this time? All right, let's see what we got. Okay, so first up we have Death in reverse. Okay, we have 10 of Cups. We have 4 of Swords in reverse, the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay, very interesting. What's at the bottom of the deck, Spirit? We have Lovers in reverse. We have the King of Wands in reverse. We have the 4 of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the 8 of Cups in reverse. Okay. So Sagittarius is November. We have Mercury retrograde starting out in the sign of Sagittarius, so in your sign. Then it will eventually regress into Scorpio, somewhere I think around the 19th. So it will start in your sign, bottom line, which means that there's going to be a lot of like revisiting, reworking, redoing things, reimagining things, reconceptualizing things, okay, depending on where Mercury will be in your chart. And that really depends on your rising sign, okay? If you're familiar with astrology, you know about the rising sign. If you don't know what your rising sign is, there are a ton of free birth calculators out there so you can find your rising sign and figure out which house Sagittarius is in for you guys. Now, I do bring that up because we have the 8 of Cups here in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. That was the last card that I pulled for you guys, which definitely talks to me about either people, places, or things kind of coming back, situations, ideas, topics, plans kind of needing to be looked at again. Some of you guys could have like stepped away from a certain relationship, a certain friend, a romantic partner, a family, a group of people, a group of friends. Could be an idea, could be a set of plans that you guys had maybe, taken a step back from, or, kind of put on the back burner for now, and that may be coming back around this month, and you're re-looking at things or reconnecting with people or revisiting plans, finding, getting all the details correct, or trying to, figure out how you can either improve this or maybe what you can learn from this situation, person, or experience that you had in the past, or, basically just how you can improve upon things in the future potentially. Okay. So it may feel very slow this month for a lot of you. We have the Knight of Pentacles, we have Death in the reverse. And when I see Death in reverse, I definitely see this need to really take a look at where you are changing, where you are shifting, and where you are growing right now in your lives, Sagittariuses, because there may be something that you didn't quite learn the first time around. There's a lesson or some sort of thing that you just didn't quite learn entirely or grow from entirely, or you missed the initial point of this experience or this person or this something or other, right? Ultimately, this month is going to be a big transformational and growth month for you guys, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, even financially for a lot of you. So physically, it doesn't always just have to be our physical bodies. It could be in physical, wealth or abundance, or, the material things that we own in this world. And I do feel like for a lot of you guys, work could be a really, really big uh, topic for you, or if not work, some sort of project in particular, or like I said, some sort of plan, idea, something of that nature, some sort of skill that you've been trying to hone, or some sort of plan you've been trying to hammer out, something of that nature. It may feel like you're constantly having to go back and redo things or fix things or look at things again and, make it better, make it better, make it tighter, or you're constantly making mistakes that you have to go back and fix later on, something of that nature. That's just generally the essence of Mercury retrograde. It's a lot of going back and re-looking at things and doing things again and making sure you're absolutely sure this is what you want, kind of a thing. So it is going to feel very slow. And I recommend taking your time. Do not rush this, because the more you try to rush this, the more likely, the more mistakes you are to make. Okay. It's all about the process, not the destination. It's all about the journey. Okay. This is, again, a big growth month for you guys. So I would just say, be very patient, not only with yourselves, but with other people. Okay. For a lot of you, this could also call into question your more like emotional side, your emotional life. So again, this could be related to family, this could be related to romance, this could be related to just generally people you care for. Because I have the 10 of Cups and I have the Queen of Cups in reverse that came out at the top of the deck. So what you may have thought was perfectly fine, like a relationship was perfectly fine, everything was good, could end up showing you otherwise. And when I say that, I mean like maybe you misread someone's behavior, actions, or words and took it as like face value. They're fine, everything's fine between us, nothing, is going on. But under the surface, I feel like there's something that maybe you didn't quite see, something that you missed. Okay. Maybe this was someone's not feeling well, someone's not doing well, mentally or emotionally. This could be you as well. So some of you guys may be going through like a depressive episode, or you may have a family member, a friend, a romantic partner, someone very close to you that is kind of putting on this front of like, I'm fine, everything's fine. And then you come to realize at some point this month, like, not everything is not fine. And like, so you may find that you are spending more time with somebody this month after you realize like what's been going on internally. Or you may realize like, wow, I actually am not doing well. I may need to seek help, or I need to speak up, or I need to do something about this. I don't want to go into a spiral of some kind or whatever. So some of you might be looking into therapy. Some of you might be doing some internal work, some shadow work on your own, whatever you feel is right for you. And I feel like for a lot of you, if you've already been in this space or been feeling like you've been in this place for quite some time, like I would say more than a couple of months, I would say you might want to seek a therapist if you are financially able to, or someone that can be there to help you through these feelings or what it is that you're going through. If you've already been trying to go through this on your own, some of you may need to talk to your doctor or want to talk to your doctor about different options. If this is like depression, whether it's chronic or seasonal or just situational, maybe you guys have been going through some things very specific this year, and it's kind of sent you into this sort of darker place or like heavier place emotionally and mentally. I hope that makes sense. But ultimately, I see some, positive opportunities here. I think there's a lot of things that you guys are working towards that probably just will need a lot of attention and a lot of care, a lot of nurturing in order to make it successful or keep it progressing the way that you want to. It may feel frustrating throughout the month. It may feel like you're constantly having to go back and fix things instead of making the progress that you want. But I promise you, after this month, things will start to move visibly, or you'll start to see results better next month. But this month, it's definitely a time to like really fine tune things and just recognize that, like, hey, not everything's going to be perfect this month. There's going to be moments where it's going to be a little bit frustrating and not everything is going to work out the way that we want it to. I also have a message for those of you where like you are debating between making a decision of some kind, like a really important decision. I will say not making a decision at all can actually be a decision in itself and not one that brings positive results. So if you feel like you can just put this off and make a decision later, I would say definitely do it before Mercury retrograde starts on November 9th, because I feel like after that, if you still haven't made the decision or, decided to move forward in one way or another, you're going to start to see results and consequences of that once Mercury retrograde starts. So I would suggest making a decision and just doing it, whatever feels right for you, and going forward. And then you can clean it up from there if there are things that need to be adjusted. Because I think a lot of you might be afraid of making the wrong decision. And I would argue maybe there isn't necessarily a wrong decision, but just one that needs to be made, and decide whether, if it's right for you or not. If it's something that is, can be taken back, or if you can go in the other direction. I would say at least try one direction first. If that doesn't work, try something else. All right. What I'm also kind of hung up on is the months of September and March. I feel like for a lot of you, something recently happened in September that could be coming back around. Okay. A situation, a job, a person, something of that nature. And there's going to be some things that you probably won't even be resolving until March of next year, of 2026. So just keep that in mind. Like, this doesn't, it's the Knight of Pentacles is one of the slowest moving knights in the tarot. So things are going to be moving slowly. But what I love about the Knight of Pentacles is that this is also the most solid night. Is like whatever you're building, like if you're building a business, this is the kind of night I want to see come out when I'm reading for somebody that's building something that they want to last for a long time, because this is not going to just fizzle out after a couple of months if you're successful in establishing this, right? So this is what you want to see, but it also moves very, very slowly. So this could take months, this could take a couple of seasons for you to build up, for you to be really comfortable with, confident in, and then to see the results and the positive things that you want to see come out of it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. If this is a work project, if this is a new job, if this is a new business, if this is a new relationship, just understand that it's going to take some time to really build that confidence, that trust, or those results that you are looking for. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, Sagittarius. If you feel like this reading didn't quite resonate for you, I do offer personal readings. You can always reach out to me either on TikTok or Instagram. Please DM me there. I will never reach out to you. So if anybody reaches out to you pretending to be me and we've never interacted before, please do not get scammed on the internet for someone trying to offer you a reading. Please always reach out to me first. I'm still building my website, an official way to get in touch with me. So right now, DMing me on Instagram or TikTok is the only way to get in touch with me. My handles are below in the description box. Please use those handles and those handles only. Those are the only accounts I have, okay? I'm going to go ahead and close it out with a couple of oracle decks and just get some final messages for you guys. Spiritual team, Green Witch Oracle, what additional messages do you have for the Sagittarius collective at this time? What final messages do you have for the Sagittarius collective at this time? All right, let's see. Come here. What do we have? We have victory. Okay, I like that. So this tells me that there is success, or there is potential for success in whatever it is that you're pursuing this month. So don't get so frustrated or discouraged if you're not seeing, again, the results immediately. Some things are just, they take time, they take a little bit longer. Anything that's an overnight success can just as easily and quickly be lost. Okay, so if you want to build something successful, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes finding that community, that foundation, whatever, to help support this and continue to grow this. Okay, we have purification as well. Okay, so there could be a lot of you guys like getting rid of things that no longer work, which is also a very typical aspect of Mercury retrograde, is getting rid of things that don't work anymore, whether that's ideas, plans, relationships, perspectives, how we feel about things, how we approach things, all of that. So all of that could be things that you're looking to get rid of and just really simplify and really just get to the root of like what works and what doesn't, kind of a thing. Finally, at the bottom of the deck, we have focus. Okay. And to me, I just feel like you guys are definitely honed in, zoned in, and focused on whatever it is that you guys are trying to build, achieve, or perfect this month. And again, just don't let yourselves get so frustrated or hung up on the details that you lose your minds over it, because that is definitely something that can happen during Mercury retrograde. Take breaks, step away from things when you get too frustrated, or if they're not working and you're not understanding. Sometimes taking a break can help you see the bigger picture or see something from a different perspective than you did before. All right. All right. Final deck of the reading spiritual team, Ancestor Spirit Oracle. What final messages do you have for the Sagittarius collective at this time? What final message do you have for the Sagittariuses at this time? Okay. All right, let's see what we have. Have courage, strength, fearlessness, and warrior. Have courage can be like literal bravery, but also not backing down from something just because it doesn't work one time, or you face opposition or challenges or obstacles. What else do we have? Answer the call, explore, travel, and live. Yeah, so a lot of you guys may be exploring different things. Some of you guys may be traveling, some of you may not, but exploring can also mean like exploring ideas. It could be exploring relationships. It could be exploring new jobs, new dynamics, new plans, all of that. So this is a good month to try new things, see what works and see again what doesn't, getting rid of what doesn't work and keeping what does work. So there's a lot of trial and error. It is can be really exciting in a lot of ways, but it can also be very frustrating. So there is a double-edged sword to this. But I feel like most Sagittariuses are pretty optimistic people for the most part. So as long as you guys keep that optimism and just looking at this as like an opportunity to try different things, or learn something new, I think you guys will be fine. Next, we have explore your creative side, visualize, paint, and record. Okay, I love that. Yeah. So again, that just kind of comes more of like creativity, exploring, trying different things, right? And then finally at the deck, we have family, connections, respect, people, and kinship. So I feel like a lot of you guys may be spending more time with family for your birthday season, for if you celebrate Thanksgiving, if you celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day, if you celebrate anything around this time of year where you spend more time at home with family, this could be a really good time to like reconnect with certain family members that maybe you haven't seen or lost touch with, so on and so forth. All right, Sagittarius, that is all I'm seeing for you guys. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future, and maybe share this reading with another Sagittarius if you feel like it would resonate for them. Again, if you want to see more content from me, I am on TikTok and Instagram. You can find my handles below in the description box, and that is the only places you can find me and DM me for a personal reading. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. I hope to see you guys at the next reading. Until then, please take care of yourselves. Bye.